Alright, well, welcome everybody. This series of videos is about understanding polynomials. And so what I've done is created a few videos here. I think there's at least 5 or 6, starting at the beginning of deconstructing some of the things we see when we are understanding them, deconstructing them through division, understanding roots, factors, things like that. And I'm going to start off with an easier concept that you've seen a long time ago, and that would be division, just regular old division. And the reason we're going to do that is because we're going to actually do polynomial division a little bit, and I've got some different ways of understanding that. So let me try to appeal to the meaning of division. So just let's think about for a second, slightly off topic, but if we were to take the number 30 and we were to say 30 divided by, if we were writing it old school, 30 divided by 5, let's say. Alright, well, you probably know the answer. The answer is 6. Okay, so the meaning behind that, let's think about what the meaning behind, what does 30 divided by 5 mean? And I'll try not to spend too much time on this, but basically the way you could think of it is, well, I know 30 divided by 5 is 6 because 5 times 6 is 30. And what that really means is there are 5 groups of 6. So 5 times 6 certainly is 30. So you could say there are 5 groups of 6 that make 30, or you could say 6 groups of 5 that make 30. And when you think about multiplication then, so you were really turning some division into some multiplication to represent some of these numbers. You could also think about this as like, how many times are you adding 6 together to get 30? Well, you're adding 6 together 5 times. So 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 30. Conversely, this could be thought of as repeated subtraction, right? How many times can I subtract 5 from 30? How many? So 30 minus 5, minus 5, minus 5. How many times can I do that till, well, how many times can I do that? I can do that 6 times, right? So I can repeatedly do that. So that's another way of understanding division in general. Just to clarify some other things that we'll see, 30, this is also 30 divided by 5, certainly 30 over 5, which is also, of course, 6, right? And then we can also think about, this is where it starts to get into some of the stuff we'll see, is what if we said 30 not divided by 5, but we said 30 divided by 4. What is that going to equal? How many times can I subtract 4 from 30? How many times can I do that? Well, this problem, you might, if you didn't have a calculator, right, you might be saying, well, okay, let me think about this. Well, certainly I can have 6 groups of 4 would make 30, right? I know that less than 30, I should say. 6 times 4, for 6 times 4 would be 24. Well, what about 7 times 4? 7 times 4 would be 28. Okay, that's a little bit closer. And if I go 8 times 4, that's going to be 32. So if we're estimating here, somewhere between 7 and 8 would be the answer to this one, right? So how many groups of 4 can we make to get 30, essentially, is what we're asking. So this one would probably be the best one to select. So we know that it would be 7 point something. So another way to think about this would be 7 times 4, okay, which would be 28, plus what we would have is a remainder, 2. And the remainder is 2 because we would need 2 more to get from 28 to 30. Okay, so this comes into our polynomial remainders when we get to it. So just like plain old numbers, you can think of 30 divided by 4 as 7 with a remainder of 2, right? You can think of 30 divided by 4 as 7 with a remainder of 2. So this is my remainder right here. So I like to think about division and go back to this with numbers first before we start to get into polynomials, which is the next video. Okay, so here's my remainder. It's just a little bit that I needed because it doesn't divide evenly, and it certainly doesn't work perfectly when we do polynomials either. So then the next video, I'm going to be talking about polynomial division.